Hello guys, welcome once again. Let us continue our chapter number 3 of civics, that is the Union Executive. In the previous lecture we studied about how the president is elected. We also learned that the person contesting the presidential election should be a citizen of India. He should be 35 years of age. Today in this lecture we are going to learn powers and functions of the presidents. So let us start. Powers and functions of the president. The Constitution has entrusted several powers and functions to the president. A few functions are enumerated as follows. Enumerated means specified. Means a few functions are specified as follows. First, power, that is legislative powers, and the function: the president summons the meeting of parliament, prorogue the session of parliament, sends messages to both houses, dissolve the parliament after the tenure is over or even before the tenure gets over. Dear students, the meaning of prorogue. Prorogue means postpone. The president summoned the meeting of parliament and he postponed the session of parliament. He has the right to send messages to both houses and dissolve the parliament after the tenure is over or even before the tenure gets over. This is the function of legislative powers of the president. Second one is bill passed by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha must be signed by the president. Without his signature, the bill cannot become a law. Dear students, without the sign or the signature of the president, the bill could not become a law. So, third one is, that is executive powers. The president appoints the prime minister and other ministers on the recommendation of prime minister. Dear students, prime minister and other ministers should be appointed by president. Other ministers are including governors of states, chief elections commissioner, and other important officers are including in other ministers, and these all are appointed by the president on the recommendation of prime minister. Recommendation means advice. Now fourth one is, the president appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and the high courts. The president also appoints the governors of states, chief election commissioner, and other important officers. Fifth one, that is the defense powers. The president is the supreme commander of the defense forces. Decisions regarding war and peace are made by the president. My dear students, the decisions which is related to war and peace are taken by the president. So this is defense powers. The president has some judicial powers too. For instance, the president has the power to reduce the punishment, grant a respite or commute a sentence of a person, or in special circumstances grant pardons or reprieves or on humanitarian grounds. These are the defense powers and its functions. Now let us learn about emergency powers and the function of the president. That is number 7th. The president has the power to declare emergency in case of a crisis situation arising in the country. There are three kinds of emergencies mentioned in the Constitution. First one is national emergency, second one is state emergency, and third one is final emergency. My dear students, these three kinds of emergencies are mentioned in our Constitution. Now let us learn about Vice President. In the absence of the President, his functions are carried out by the Vice President. My dear students, if the President is absent and his functions were carried out by the Vice President, and the Vice President is elected by members of both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And for the constitution of post of Vice President, the person should be completed his 35 years of age. Now let us learn about the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The President is the constitutional head. However, in reality, his powers are nominal, and the Prime Minister along with his Council of Ministers is responsible for the administration. We will now see the role and functions of the Prime Minister. Now let us learn about the election. The party which attains a majority in elections nominates their leaders as the Prime Minister. The Council of Ministers is then formed of trustworthy colleagues from within the party. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers must be members of the Parliament. In case they are not members, they are required to get elected to the Parliament within 6 months of their appointment. The government in reality is run by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Dear students, in real, the government is run by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Means without Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, the government will not be run. This means that the real executive powers are vested in the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Now let us learn about the function of the Prime Minister. First one is the foremost task. Task means work. The foremost work of the Prime Minister is to form his Council of Ministers. While doing this, the Prime Minister gives priority to trustworthy colleagues while considering their administrative experience, governance skills, efficiency, and technical expertise. Dear students, while doing this means the function of the minister is to form his council of ministers, and when he form this council, he consider all the points such as experience, governance skills, efficiency, and technical expertise. Now second function of the Prime Minister is that after deciding upon the members of the Council of Ministers, the Prime Minister allocates portfolios to them Allocates means distributes, and portfolios means collection of documents. When members are decided, members of the council of ministers are decided, then prime minister distributes the uh, documents which was collected from them. Now third function of the prime minister is, the prime minister leads the council of ministers. The prime minister chairs all the meetings of the council of ministers. After allocation of portfolios, the prime minister has to maintain coordination in the working of various departments, facilitate cooperation amongst the departments, supervise the working of these departments in order to maintain efficacy and efficiency, etc. Efficacy, my dear students, efficacy means effectiveness and efficiency. Now let us learn the last function, function number 5 of the Prime Minister. That is, the Prime Minister also has various other responsibilities. Now let us learn about the responsibilities. To raise the image of the country in the international arena. Arena, arena means outdoor area, and work towards achieving a favorable opinion globally, to develop trust among people, and to provide strong support to people who are victims of any disaster, etc. These are the functions of the prime ministers. Dear students, now in the next video we will learn about the functions of council of ministers. Dear students, I put here assignment. Please solve the assignment in the notebook. Question number first, choose the correct option and rewrite the statement. And question number 5, that is here question number second, complete the concept picture, that is the functions of president in India. So my dear students, complete your notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.